Have you ever come across the phrase, "In old age, remember your youth"? Some of you may not have heard it before, but today, let's take a moment to reflect on our youthful days. The Oldsmobile Cutlass has a rich history, marked by both triumphs and flops in the car world. Known for models like the Delta 88, Super 88, and especially the Cutlass, Oldsmobile made a lasting impression over the years. The Cutlass was a standout hit in the mid to late 1970s, with 1977 being a peak year, selling an astounding 630,000 units, including 243,000 Cutlass Supreme Coupes and 125,000 Cutlass Supreme Brum Coupes. From 1976 to 1983, the Cutlass ruled the American car market. So, it's surprising that GM discontinued the Oldsmobile brand in 2004. But not every Cutlass was a success. Take the Cutlass Salon Fastback Coupe and Sedan, for example. Available only in 1978 and 1979, it didn't sell well despite being promoted for its fuel-efficient diesel V8 engine. The late 1970s were tough for American carmakers, who struggled to deliver style, substance, and performance after the oil crisis. But there were still some gems from this period. Let's take a closer look at what makes the 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon so interesting topic on whether it was a flop or not. We can't conclude that this was a flop without checking the engine details. The 1979 Cutlass Salon came with a 4.3-liter diesel V8 engine from Oldsmobile, boasting good fuel efficiency, especially on highways where it could hit up to 32 miles per gallon. This engine was exclusive to the 79 model and different from the later Oldsmobile V6 diesel. Despite its efficiency, the diesel V8 didn't catch on like its gasoline counterparts. But the issues didn't stop there. The engine options available for the Cutlass Salon added to its troubles. Engines like the Buick V6 and the Oldsmobile 260 cubic inch V8 were disappointing in terms of performance. The Chevrolet 305 cubic inch V8 was a bit better, but still left much to be desired. Then there was the 260 cubic inch V8 diesel introduced in '79, which was a disaster, producing only 90 horsepower and resulting in painfully slow acceleration. When you pop the hood of this late 1970s ride, you'll notice it's not exactly a powerhouse. It was born during a time of fuel shortages and strict emissions rules, making it sluggish and not very exciting. The 307 V8 engine is okay, but it lacks the punch you'd expect. Coupled with a 3-speed automatic transmission, it tries its best, but doesn't leave a lasting impression. The Cutlass Supreme is rear-wheel drive, which gives it a classic vibe. In summary, the 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon faced many problems, from its weak engines to its disappointing performance and unexciting design. Do you think the engine did a good job despite these challenges we've discussed? The Cutlass Salon was a departure from the traditional style of the Cutlass series, featuring a distinctive fastback design that set it apart. This unique styling, combined with its choice of engines, positioned the Salon as a departure from mainstream Cutlass models, which might have contributed to its lackluster performance in the market. Reception to the Cutlass Salon was mixed. Some retroactively appreciated its design, while others found it awkward or unappealing at the time. Inside, the dashboard was a symmetrical layout lover's dream, with rectangular speedometers, odometers, and other data gauges. The steering wheel was often upgraded to a Grant model, providing a comfortable feel but deviating from factory standards. Controls for wipers, lights, and climate vents were neatly organized, though the absence of a center console and cup holders underscored its era-specific design. Moving to the door panels, they retained the original Cutlass Supreme badging, featuring crank windows and mirror adjustments. The aged plastic trim at the bottom was typical for cars of that era. Inside, the center dash prominently displayed the Oldsmobile badge flanked by climate vents and basic controls, often with aftermarket radios and additional gauges. However, the lack of a center console meant it didn't accommodate larger bottles well, which was a drawback for practicality. I'm laying out all these details to see if they'll change your negative opinion about the Cutlass Salon. Personally, I'm not a fan of this car, but maybe you'll find something to appreciate or even love about it, so stick with me. Opening the trunk with a round key was a common feature in American cars from the 1970s, offering plenty of space but lacking distinctive features. The exterior of the 1979 Cutlass Supreme stood out with its striking grille that gracefully curved onto the hood, demonstrating GM's design expertise and commitment. The Cutlass Salon's design, inspired by experimental sketches, produced an awkward vehicle with fixed rear windows and questionable construction quality. Customers were disappointed by the fixed windows, which lacked the ventilation typical of cars at that time. Additionally, the lineup of available engines, such as the underwhelming Buick V6 and Oldsmobile 260 cubic inch V8, along with the disastrous 260 cubic inch V8 diesel engine generating only 90 horsepower, added to its decline. Would you advise anyone to consider the Cutlass Salon's engine for a car? Despite the initial success of the Cutlass line with its spaciousness, fuel efficiency, and smooth ride, did the introduction of the Cutlass Salon in 1978 mark a downturn? Its attempt to blend European styling with compact dimensions failed to resonate with buyers, leading to disappointing sales figures. By 1979, sales had plummeted from 80,000 to 50,000 units, significantly impacting overall Cutlass sales. Do you think such a sale was right for a company of this size and reputation? Or this was just the definition of the word flop of the year? The 1979 Cutlass Salon had a hard time fitting in with other Cutlass models, mainly because of its unusual design and the introduction of a special diesel engine. Though it wasn't very popular when it first came out, people have since looked back on the Cutlass Salon with more appreciation for its unique look, which reminds us of a particular time in car history. Today, the 1979 Cutlass Salon still captivates car enthusiasts and historians. It's notable for its unique fastback design, special diesel V8 engine, and its role in American car manufacturing in the late 1970s. In the end, the 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon tried to be different but didn't quite succeed. Missing useful features and weak engines made it fall short. This was a big change from the usually successful Cutlass cars before it. Even with a redesign in 1980, the damage to the Cutlass's reputation was permanent, and it never recovered its previous popularity. The 1979 Cutlass Salon serves as a clear example of the challenges in car design and marketing, highlighting how important customer needs and practicality are for a vehicle to succeed. The 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon faced a combination of design missteps, underpowered engine options, poor assembly quality, and reliability issues that led to its lack of popularity and negative reception among consumers and critics alike. In summary, while the 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon may not have thrived commercially, its unique attributes ensure its place as a memorable chapter in the rich history of the Cutlass lineup. What do you think about the 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon after learning about its ups and downs? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. Was the video helpful? If it was, please give me a thumbs up, and just a reminder, as we have just remembered the 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass, hit the bell to get reminded too on our next video. Hit that subscribe button for more fascinating stories from automotive history. Let's keep the conversation rolling.